friends, thank you for joining me today. I hope you all are having a wonderful day. Whew, it is a hot summer day. If I start sweating bullets, it's because it's over 100 degrees today, and it doesn't happen here in Seattle. So we're in a massive heat wave, as are most Pacific Northwestern areas, so just bear with me with the fan and sweating, and I'm wearing full beat because I don't know, I must be something. Anyway, today I wanted to talk about some of the makeup items that I've been kind of eyeing and been thinking about buying. Now, if you've been with me for a while, you may know that at the beginning of the year I talked about some of my makeup resolutions for the year, and this year I wanted to limit the number of purchases I make per month on makeup to one purchase per month. I didn't have a monetary limit on that. It was just one single purchase. So it could be at Target. I buy a few things at Target from multiple brands, or I go to Ulta and buy whatever I want there, or I go to an indie brand and shop on their website. That's one single purchase. So I haven't purchased yet for June, and I'm eyeing quite a few things. For the last several months, I haven't really seen a lot of stuff that has interested me, but right now I'm inundated with all these options, and I thought I would film a video and talk about the things that I've been thinking about buying, but I'm not sure what I should buy. And I thought, hey, you know what? I've got some awesome people who like to watch my videos, and I thought I would ask you all. So as we go through this video and I talk about these products, be sure to leave a comment below and let me know what you think I should get. Remember, one purchase only for this month, but maybe in July, you know, maybe I'll do more. Anyway, if you are new here, thank you for being here. My name is Em, and you're watching Makeupry. If you are new here and this is your first rodeo with me, please be sure to click that subscribe button if you want to come back and hang out again with me in the future. I would so love to do that. I also would love to have a chat with you in the comments. I just love that about YouTube. So, alright, let's move on. So I watch Angie Nyqvist, and she does her weekly what's new and what's cool, what's not cool, what she's planning to buy, anti-haul, etc. Anyway, I watch those videos every week. I think she's amazing. She was talking about some new products that Nabla has come out with in their Cutie Palette collection. Now, Nabla is a brand I have not yet tried before, and it is also on my bucket list of brands to try this year. So if I end up purchasing from Nabla, that would hit two things there. One being my purchase of the month, and two actually being one of the brands that I wanted to try this year. There are 4 palettes that I'm really interested in and eyeing right now, and they are part of their Cutie Palette collection. So there's Midnight, which is brand new, and what speaks to me on this particular palette is that I love blues. Can't you tell? Can't you tell? I like that there's a little bit of shimmer, there's a bit of that midnight blue. It's kind of sexy and sultry. I think that'd be really pretty and fun to play with. And then there are 3 others that have been around for a while. There's Coral, and it looks like the one shade there is a duochrome, and I love duochromes. And I think that palette looks beautiful. I generally don't gravitate towards pinks and berries as much, but lately I've been embracing them, and I think that palette looks stunning. Platinum is the one that I've been eyeing for the longest. I can't remember which YouTuber was using this in a video, and I recall seeing how beautiful and smoky and sultry the makeup look turned out to be. I don't know, I am a sucker for classic smoky eyes, and I think this palette speaks to me on that deep level, from old school YouTube days to even now, where a smoky eye is just a classic go-to. And what can I say? I love metallics. And finally, in the Cutie collection is the Wild Berry palette. Again, I don't usually gravitate towards berries, but I've just had an affinity towards this color family. And I think what makes this palette stick out for me is that it has that bright orchid shade. Oh, I love kind of that purpley pink magenta hybrid. Oh, it's so pretty. And I love it on my eyes because I have these deep brown eyes, and I think that color just pops beautifully on my lids. And it's got some other colors that kind of ground it. So I think it's a well-rounded palette, and I really would like to try that out as well. Let me know if you think I should buy the Nabla Cutie palettes. Alright, next up is Lunar Beauty. They are also on my bucket list for 2021. Now, unfortunately, they discontinued the one palette I wanted the most, and that was the, I think, Spellbound palette. It was the one that was themed around witches. So there was Samantha from Bewitched, and the four sisters from Charmed, Prue, Phoebe, Piper, and Paige. Oh, I remembered. It was my favorite show for a long time. I better remember. And so on and so forth. That palette spoke to me not only because of the theme, the color family was gorgeous. Sadly, it's discontinued. Can I cry now? Manny, if you ever watch this video, please bring it back. Please, please, I want to buy it. Please. Okay, I wasn't initially interested in the Life's a Drag palette because it looks like a basic rainbow palette, and I've got a couple of them and I don't actually use them that often. However, the new Life's a Drag palette, it's the facelift one, and it combines a rainbow palette with your basic neutrals palette. I know, it's boring. I know, like, do I need it? No. Do I want it? Yes. Why? I don't know. I think the mix of the neutrals and the rainbow colors are kind of a fun, unexpected combination. Just something about this palette says you should buy it, you should try it. I think this palette looks like one that I could dip my toes into the brand with and have a good idea of how the quality is, what the pigmentation and application is like, and then use that as kind of a precursor and judging factor for any future purchases. And then along with that, I would like to buy and try out the Moon Prism blush palette. Prior to this year, I really wasn't into blushes, and the reason for that is because I have naturally rosy cheeks. In order for a blush to really show up on me, I have to kind of, do the full beat with concealer and foundation to kind of disguise the redness and then bring on a new color. However, I've kind of embraced that. My rosiness is kind of faded, and there's just something about this glowy rosy look that I love on my cheeks. So I've been so into blushes lately, and this palette just looks like a well-rounded palette. It's got pinks, mostly pinks. It looks like there's a coral shade in there, a peach tone, and then some more apricot-y tones. I love blush palettes. I think they're amazing. I love that there's options in there. If I'm traveling, I can just grab a palette and say, okay, if I don't know what blush I want to wear and I've got multiple colors to choose from on the eyes, at least I have multiple options on the blush side that I don't have to pack a ton of stuff for. It's just in a palette. So that's one of the reasons I love blush palettes so much. So this particular brand is not new to me by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, I probably own more Makeup Geek items than I do most other brands because I have a ton of their single eyeshadows. However, they've got some new things that have come out recently that I've been kind of keeping an eye on. First off, Marlena just launched her video on the Luminous Primer Serum, and I haven't been so much into skincare and kind of the face-based stuff, but I think this looks really nice and I want to try it. I'm always a proponent for trying new things from Makeup Geek because I know the quality is there. I know she wouldn't launch something if it were crap, so I really want to try that and see if I like how that looks. A lot of the brightening, serum-y kind of primers that I've tried in the past, it's kind of like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Sometimes you get something that's too glowy, sometimes you don't get something glowy enough. It's hard to find something that's just right, so I'm always on the lookout for something that looks right, And then of course there's the matrix system. I don't absolutely need this. I have a lot of these shadows already. However, this new system is a reformulation of her prior shades, so I don't know how the new ones perform in comparison to the old shadows. So I'd love to try the new ones, and then of course this matrix system would make a great addition to my makeup artistry kit. It's a little pricey though. It's a little pricey. It's a great investment, but I'm not sure I'm ready to take the leap on that investment just yet, since COVID's still a thing and doing makeup on people makes me a little nervous still. So we'll see on that. That aside, the other two products that I'm interested in are her eyeliners. Now I know that this is not new to her product line, however she reformulated them and has re-released them. I didn't try them before. I do recall swatching them a long time ago in the old formula and they seemed okay, but nothing that I was really amazed by. So I've heard that this new formulation is really good. At first I was eager to try the white one because I'm always on the lookout for a great white eyeliner, but I've heard that that one is not the best. However, the nude one is where it's at. So the nude one would be on my list, as would Indigo, which is the deep navy blue. I have some blue eyeliners, but nothing quite like this, so I would love to try this one. And then finally there's Plumeria. Plumeria is a deep plum shade, and it leans more on that red violet purple. It's one of those shades that's really unique, and I don't have a purple like that, and I love purples. And then finally, her new mascara. I want to try the mascaras. I want to try all the mascaras, okay? Anyway, so that's what I'm interested in from Makeup Geek. I know she's coming out with some new stuff here in the future, and I'm so excited to see Makeup Geek kind of reclaim its spot in the indie spotlight and in the indie world of YouTube. So I'm rooting for Marlena, I'm rooting for Makeup Geek, and I cannot wait to see what else comes out this year. I know this next brand is not anything brand new in terms of being indie or a brand I've never tried before. In fact, this is another brand that I've tried and have a lot of items from, and it's MAC. Okay, you can hate on me for a minute because MAC, like, who buys MAC anymore? I do. This girl does, because I've got the MAC Pro discount. So almost everything I buy from MAC is going to be 40% off, which, I mean, why not? Why not? They recently released the Botanic Panic collection, and usually I snooze on their new collections, or they're always sold out by the time I have a chance to look at one. However, I looked at this Botanic Panic collection. At first I thought about the palette, and I thought it's a pretty palette. There's some really pretty pastels, bright vivid colors, but to be honest, I don't need another palette that I'm kind of half lukewarm about, you know? I looked at their high dimension skin finish powders, and that's what drew me in. They are both limited edition shades. However, I'm sad to say that one of them is sold out, and it's the one I actually wanted. It was called Golden Plum, and it's a deepened pink with some gold in it. I thought that would have been gorgeous. That would have been my go-to because I love a glowy, kind of darker shade that I could use as a glowy blush. How many times do I say glowy? Can we make that a drinking game? Instead of shots of vodka or whatever, I would actually have to do ice water because of how hot it is. Anyway, the other one is called Fleur, and I think this one looks beautiful. I would like to go into the MAC store to swatch this, however, because I have a slight suspicion that it might be pretty similar to Soft and Gentle, which is my ride or die favorite highlighter, and that one's already a champagne kind of gold. This Fleur is listed as being a white gold, so I don't know how similar they would be. And I have some other highlighters that probably are similar, so if I go in and I swatch it and I find that it's pretty similar to what I already have, then I'll skip on it. But maybe they still have the Golden Plum in store. But if it's sold out online, I'm pretty sure it's sold out in the stores. This next brand is one I have not yet tried, but I've kind of been eyeing it for a while, just kind of seeing what's new, and this palette dropped and I thought, ooh, I'm very interested. And it's the Candy Skies palette from Laura Lee Los Angeles, and she did this as a collaboration with her niece Erin. Love the colors. It's got a nice array of colors without it being like your typical bright neon or bright rainbow palette. I like that it's got some light pastel kind of tones, but it's also got some deeper tones to kind of anchor the look. I see a lot of opportunity with this palette. Okay, I feel inspired by it, so I'm interested in trying that. This next brand is one that is no stranger to my channel. It is Sydney Grace. Sydney Grace and Tentalia came together and they collaborated, and instead of one palette they gave us 3, and all 3 of the palettes are gorgeous. The artwork is stunning. I initially thought, oh, I can pass on it, but I look at the shades and I know the quality of Sydney Grace's eyeshadows are superb, and it would be a sad thing to miss out on such a beautiful collection. So I'm considering buying at least one of the palettes, if not all 3. I think if you buy all 3, you get them for $100. So it's a good chunk of change for all 3, but it's a good deal. It brings the price down to about $33 per palette, and I think they're listed for $45 a piece if you buy them individually. These palettes are calling to me because I love the greens that they use. I also love that there's some really pretty bright blues and plums and berry tones. Again, I don't know what's happening to me. Like, wow, I don't remember ever really gravitating towards berries, but here I am. Berry City. That sounds a little weird. Alright, Alien Cosmetics is another brand that I'm slowly catching up to. It's finally on my radar, and they have a palette that's coming out soon called Don't Be Jelly. And I see that there's a couple duochromes in these swatches, and I am like, whew, I need that. I need that palette. Give me an alert. Tell me when it's going to be available so I can maybe buy it. So if that launches in the next month or so, I'll probably buy it, or maybe I should buy it. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think I should get this? Would you be interested in it? Would you be interested in me doing a video on it? I don't know. Let me know. Should I buy this palette? I think I should. I am a sucker for the duochromes. I think this is real pretty. They have a lot of other things as well, but I think this is the one that really strikes me, the thing that really draws my attention in. So if I end up purchasing it, it would be a great way to dip my toes in on the brand as well. Next up is BH Cosmetics. BH Cosmetics is a brand that I haven't really tried a lot of products from. I have a few of their palettes. I'm actually wearing BH today. Woo, woo, pretty blue. Angie Nyquist, I keep talking about her in like a lot of my videos, but that's just because I adore her so much. Anyway, she did a video talking about the Say It collection and did kind of a breakdown, a look with each palette, and she ranked them. The two palettes that stand out for me that I really am interested in trying out are Let That Is Go, which is the green kind of grungy palette. I love a good grungy palette, and I love greens. Greens are probably my favorite eyeshadow colors. And the other one is called Lookin' Like a Snack. Again, pinks and berries. Like, what is happening to me? It does look like a snack. It reminds me of like fruit snacks, you know, like these. I actually randomly have fruit snacks on my desk. I don't know why, but like a snack. But overall, I think this palette looks really nice. It has some really good matte shades. It looked really pretty when Angie did her demo look with it, so I'm really interested in those two palettes. Finally is Lethal Cosmetics. Now, this was a brand that I just thought of today, and the reason for it is because Teresa Is Dead, who is another YouTuber that I absolutely adore, she did a collaboration with them. The palette is something that I was not 100% sold on, and it's no shade or anything to her. It's just the color story doesn't speak to me. However, there are the 3 liners. I am sold on the liners. That gray, it's like a light slate gray, looks really cool. And then that green, it's like an alien minty green, and it's beautiful. I think it would be so fun to do editorial makeup looks with, so I really want to get that collection. And then Lethal Cosmetics also has cream duochrome eyeshadows. They've got quite a few. However, the 2 that I'm most interested in are Deadlock, which is the light blue that shifts into pink, and Cypher, which is a green that shifts into gold. And then finally there's the Roots palette, and again, there's green in there. Would you expect anything less from me? Wait, I think you probably would have guessed berry, right? Because of the kind of theme we're going with in this video. It's either greens or berries. I like this color story because there's yellow and turquoise. They're kind of unexpected colors that pair really nicely. Well, hello, Buttercat. Apparently she wants to be in the video too. She's just gonna chill there and flick her tail, you know? Alright, yeah, whatevers. The fact that there is a light turquoisey green hybrid and a mustard yellow paired with a nice mid-tone green shade is appealing to me. It's not a color story you often see, and I'm all for it. I would love to try that out. Whew, there are a lot of products here, and now you see why I need your help. I need your help in deciding what I should get. Because again, I'm limited to the 1 purchase per month, and I haven't made my June purchase. Anyway, let me know, do any of these products speak to you? Is there anything that you're interested in that I didn't list here? Maybe you follow Trend Mood or some of the other Instagram channels that talk about the new stuff coming out. Let me know, because I am not you know, I'm not the most savvy when it comes to new releases because I try not to pay attention too much, except for Angie's videos. Yeah, I don't pay much attention outside of that. So anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for putting up with my random rambling as usual. And I shall see you next time. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Stay happy, stay healthy, and stay electric as always. And Butters says goodbye, as do I. Mwah. See you next time.
Would you say hi to the people of the internet? Yeah.
Her nails are still wet, so I got to like pat the head. I don't have a weave in, but my nails are wet. Just beat myself on the head here.